The warm greetings to one and all. Welcome back to the channel. Now I would like to say regarding the concept of SLR parsing mechanism, isn't it? Generally the parsing mechanisms are top-down parsing and bottom-up parsing. So in top-down parsing, we saw regarding concept of first and follow. In a bottom-up parsing, we are having a different parsers like SLR, CLR, LALR. We are having a different parsers. So while going to the parsing mechanisms, let us see the simple architecture, how the parsing architecture will be. So first we are having input buffer, next input buffer parser, next parsing table. So finally we are having a stack. So what is the meaning is, first whatever the data we are giving, for example I am giving a data a plus b, so the data will be moved to input buffer. After moving the data to input buffer, it will move to the parser. So whatever the parser it is, we may use SLR, CLR, LALR, whatever the parser we may use. The data moves to the parser, and again after that it will move to the parsing table. After that here the data will be moved to the stack. So this is how the general thing will happen. So now let us see what is the SLR parsing mechanism. So before going to see regarding the concept of SLR parsing mechanism, let us see some basic rules. First one is, we have to know regarding the concept of non-terminals and terminals. So what are the things representing with the capital letters are termed as non-terminals, and what are the things representing with the small letters, numbers, everything comes under the terminals. And the second one we have to know is what is an argument grammar. So for example, whatever the grammar you are taking for constructing any type of parsing mechanisms, either it may be SLR, CLR, LLR, you have to add argument grammar. The argument grammar syntax is S dash tends to S. This is an argument grammar you have to add. So for example, my grammar is capital A tends to A, B, capital A, capital C tends to C, C. So here the argument grammar, what it will be? Here the starting node is capital A, starting value is. So that is why I should add capital A dash tends to small a. So like this, based upon the input, you have to keep based upon the first value, you have to add argument value with that particular character. So third one is whatever the input you are having, S tends to A, B, C, D. So first you have to identify you have to perform the dot operation of the given grammar. So you are having it this position. So here the dot is in a starting position. We have to bring the dot to final position. Here what is the point we have to remember is, in a single time you should not bring to final point. Then you have to do this task in a step-by-step repetition. So next point is A dot BCD. Next one is AB dot CD. Next one is ABC dot D. Last one is ABCD dot. So in this manner you have to do the task in a step-by-step repetition manner. So here this is one case. Here all are small letters, non-terminals. If you have a case like S tends to capital A, small a, capital B, and B tends to capital A, capital B, small capital B. If I have like this and capital B tends to CC. So now what if I want to perform a dot operation for here? So what I should do? S tends to A dot B, B. So here B is a non-terminal variable. So what is the thing you have to do is, whatever the grammar starting with that particular variable. So here B. So whatever the grammar starting with that particular variable, you have to write those grammars. This is the point we have to remember. So there is no problem. So while seeing the example, we can see all these points line by line. So let's take an example and we will perform the SLR parsing mechanism. So first, what is the? Let me note the question. S tends to A tends to A or B. So this is an input having with me. So first, what is the thing I have to do is I have to add an argument grammar. So capital S dash tends to S and capital S tends to capital A and capital A tends to small a capital A and capital A tends to small b. This is an argument grammar you have to add. So you have to name the state as I0. So, and another thing you have to do is you have to keep the dots in the starting of each and every grammar. So from I0 I am going to get I1. So in I1 where the dot is going to move, after S I am going to get dot. So you write here yes. So you write what is the grammar you are going to get. What is the grammar you are going to get? Capital S dash tends to S dot. So this is an I1 state for me. So next I2 state. What is an I2 state for me? Capital S tends to capital A dot capital A. So here I have to write capital A. Why? Because the dot has moved to capital A. So here in a place of capital A I am having a non-terminal symbol. So you have to write all the grammar starting with capital A. Capital A tends to dot small a capital A. Capital A tends to dot small b. So next, what is the next grammar I am having? Capital A tends to small a capital A. So you write the grammar. Capital A tends to dot small a dot capital A and capital A tends to dot small a capital A. Capital A tends to dot small b. So this is an I3 state. So you write the grammar as it is. Now what is the last state I am having? So here I have to write small a. So what is the last state? Small b. This is an I4 state. Capital A tends to small b dot. So this is how you have to represent. So here you identify what are the grammars not completed its final point. So I1 task is completed. So I2 is incomplete. So the dot have not reached the final point. So I2 is incomplete. So I3 is also incomplete. Why? Because dot has not reached the final point. So I4 task is completed. So now let's continue with the task of I2. So what is the thing next grammar I am going to get? I5, isn't it? I5 I am going to get. Now you observe the graph. Capital A tends to small a capital A dot. So our task is completed, isn't it? So now what is the grammar left over here? I3 grammar is incomplete. Capital A tends to small a capital A dot. Sorry, here not small a, here capital A dot. Here small a capital A dot. So this is an I6 state. So here whatever the task we are writing, the task is completed. So now you observe here the task in the place of capital A I have written capital A grammars, but where the capital A operation is performing actually, so in this position, so I have to write here A. So and here I have written capital A tends to small b. The B operation is performing here, so that is why you name it as B. So this is how you have to construct the parsing tree for a given grammar in a SLR parsing mechanism. Now let's see how to construct the parsing table for a given grammar. This is a very important one. So what are the states we are having? So I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6, I0 also. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now another thing you remember is, now whatever the question you are having, you number it one. This is one, this is a second grammar, this is third grammar. So you name the questions like this. So now you identify what are the non-terminals here in a question. while constructing a parsing table, you have to write two parts. First one is action part and the second one is go to part. So what are the things comes under action and what are the things comes under go to part means what are the things which are represented in terminals are going to come in a action part. So what are the terminals I am having here? So let me write here small a, small b, dollar. So even though we have or we did not have, we have to mention dollar symbol. Action part. And what are the things I am going to get in a go to part means capital A, capital S. So this is how first we have to give the tree architecture of a table. So now you observe the table. 0 means you observe the I naught. From I naught, capital S dash is giving capital S, isn't it? So you come to the capital S and you name it as 1. And the capital S is giving capital A to I2. You name it as in a place of capital A, you name it as 2. And capital A is giving small a in a place of 3. So you name it in a place of small a, S3. In capital A is giving small b in a I4. So you name it as S4. Isn't it? In I1 nothing, in a first iteration nothing is happening. So in I2 you observe what is the thing is happening in I2. So here capital A is giving small a capital A. So that is why here S3. So here in this grammar you observe what are the things here you are performing. Here in a place of capital A I am writing a small a capital A. So here also in a place of capital A I am having a capital A small a and in a place of capital A I am having small b. So where are these operations are happening? In these operations capital A tends to capital A small a is happening in I3 grammar and capital A tends to small b is happening in I4 grammar. So in these places capital A capital B you write here in a second note S3 S4. So here also in I3 also I have a capital A small b. So where are these operations are happening? In I3 and I4. So this is why you have to write here S3 S4. So next what is the fourth iteration I am having? I4 capital A tends to small b dot means here dot has reached final point. So what are the things we are going to get here means you observe after dot I am having nothing. So what is the position of capital A tends to be 1, 2, 3, third position. So in a place of I4 you write R3 R3 R3, isn't it? So now come to the next grammar. What is the grammar in I5? I have capital A tends to capital A capital A. So that is why in a place of third grammar in a place of S you write 5. Why I have written 5 here? In a I5 iteration capital A process is happened. So that is why in a place of capital A I have to write 5. So and another thing is you observe here capital A tends to capital A dot has reached final point in I5 state. So what is the value of capital A? 1. So you write R1 R1 R1. So why I have written R1 R1? This is a first position in the question. So that is why I have written R1 R1 R1. So now come to the I6. What is the grammar I have in I6? Capital A. So now you write here the numerical number 6 in a place of capital A and in a row 4. Right here numerical number 6. Why? Because from this grammar you have generated I6, isn't it? So this in I6 our grammar has reached to final point, isn't it? So what is the grammar of small a capital A? Second grammar. So you write R2 R2 R2. So this is how we have to construct the SLR parsing table for a given input grammar. So thanks for watching the video. Thank you.